Jon Jon, what's going on, baby?
What's poppin', baby? Everything is good. God is great.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How you been?
I feel good, man. God gave me another day. I'm here. The sun ain't shining, but guess what? I'm alive to see the clouds. Everything else is on you.
Fall into place, right?
Fall into place. You got 24 hours.
Man.
It's up to you to do what you do with them.
What's the word, man? What's up with this music, man?
Now, I've been doing my thing for a minute. Garrison Records is what I'm doing. Garrison Global Corporation is the overall entity. It's more than music. What we're trying to do is be a multimedia entertainment company.
Okay.
We're trying to get many things, acting, rapping. We're trying to get into fitness. We're trying to get into school education. We're trying to get into politics. So when I say GGC on my records, I'm screaming Garrison Global Corporation. Garrison Records is a subsidiary of that, which is just basically the music. Is
it just you doing the music, or is there somebody else under the label? Or
Right now, it's just me doing it. I got a lot of other acts that I'm working with. I got a lot of people from Philly, got a lot of people from I got even a jazz band from Maine. I got people from the South. I'm trying to get everything together. As you know, this thing ain't easy, so you got to make sure the business and the paperwork is right. So exactly. You know, I'm just working on that, getting that together, and we're gonna go forward from there.
Okay. So now let's get to the show is called Preserving the Culture.
Yes, Lord.
Tell me now, when I say culture, what comes to mind?
First thing that comes to mind in today's time, unfortunately, is vultures. When you say culture, it's reminiscent to what it should be, what it used to be, and what it is now. It hurts when you say culture because when I think about it, I see what we started as and where we at right now.
What do you think about where we at right now?
Where you go. For me, growing up, culture, you even go back to how they say hip hop started in the 70s, 73, DJ Kool Herc, the house parties, you know what I mean? But even go further than that, before that, they used to call it in the 50s, you know what I'm saying? They used to call it Diddy Bop and shit, like, you know what I mean? So disco rap and stuff like that. This is all a derivative from African culture, from where we are. You know, go to fast forward to the 70s, DJ Kool Herc, then you got Grandmaster Flash, the Furious 5, you had NWA, you had LL Cool J, Cool G Rap, Rakim, KRS-One.
Yes,
you had all these legendary greats that opened the door. I say that to say this, if you look back at how we started, hip hop is an expression state. It's an expressive move. It's expression about what you feel. We talk about the times like Lena Horne said. Compared to 30 years later, look at where it's at now. Everything is about getting high, money, this and that. So when you say culture, it hurts me because we have definitely just, we have veered off to what it was, where they wanted us to take it, and what it is now.
Absolutely. What do you think, like, we were talking earlier about the way the music is now.
Yep.
And it being attributed to, you know, the way life is. Everything comes so fast.
Correct.
And everything is moving so fast.
Correct.
And that's kind of why I feel the kids like the music now is so fast.
Correct.
Everything is adrenaline.
And it seems like even back in the days we had instructional hip hop, but it seemed like now everybody wants to, it seems like these kids today want to be lied to. They want to feel good. They don't want to preserve what's going on in the moment, not only to just learn from it, but to grow from it. So today's culture right now, if you ask me, I think it's purposely being done. I think it's purposely being fed to these kids because you know how to go, and you know what the saying is when it comes to music, you know what I mean? The youth, all you gotta do is poison the youth.
So that's the theory then, the gatekeeper theory. That's what the gatekeepers, you know, keep letting in.
This is what they want. If you notice, Rakim is one of, look, I'm just saying like this, I'm not against the new culture. I love the new culture because we gotta go forward. But my question is this, do you ever see them say this in hip hop? I mean, not even hip hop, do you ever hear them say this in jazz, rock and roll, pop, R&B? Do you ever hear them say old school rock artists?
No.
They already got
artists,
this, yes, they call rock artists. My point is, why is it when it comes to hip hop, it's new school, old school? That right there is the divisive mindset. You're already separating the culture. Rakim should not be considered an old school rapper. LL Cool J should not be considered an old school rapper. It's rap because it just, what it does is just, it convolutes the understanding of who we are as a culture. It splits us in the middle. And that right there is the problem right there.
I agree with that. What do you think could get it back on track though?
I think the young kids, it's like if you remind me, my father always said, you can't have the new without the old. My name is Jon Jon because I'm a junior. My name is John Garrison Jr. I am who I am, so my name is Jon Jon because I come from Big John, John Sr. My point is, I say that to say this, you can't love and respect the new, exalt the student, but forget the teacher. The problem with hip hop is nowadays, today's times, And today's artists and these young artists and these young kids in general, they don't want to take their time to do their homework and study. They need to take their time to go back to the essence to get an understanding of what it was, what they was trying to do, so they now can know how to play their position going forward. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. Because if you know where you came from, you know where you're going.
Where you going? But I don't know, man. It's like you said, it's so divisive that I don't know. Like, do they want the culture to prevail, or is it?
The culture is not to prevail. The culture is to be reconstructed. As they say, the revolution won't be televised. Ironically, this revolution has been televised, and it's not something we want to see. It's not something we appreciate.
Everything televised now.
Everything's televised, but it's so bad that it's become so cancerous that they have created something called cancel culture. Think about how ironic this is. You have a cancel culture that only wants to be the gatekeepers of what we do, but yet we were based and started, our inception was based on speaking our truth, speaking our minds. So when I say something that's my truth, my opinion on what I see it as.
Now they want you to censor your truth.
Exactly. Now you have the audacity to say you're going to cancel me. I believe that that's why this situation is the way it is, and I believe that it's going to get worse. It really is going to get worse.
What do you think now? You brought up, the cancel and the music, and what do you think about the drill music?
I think the drill music, I believe the drill music can be good. I believe the drill music is good. I just believe if you don't have a variation and you don't mix up what you're saying. See, because what makes drill music is the beats, the cadence, the hooks, the way you flow, the lyricism. The drill music can be something that's celebratory, looked at as positive for these kids if what's said behind the beats and cadence and chords was different.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
They're not saying too much
That's
positive
the problem.
shit.
They're not saying, and the thing about it is, a lot of people say, oh, you can't be positive. And the thing about it is, this cancel culture is so deep that it starts with the divisiveness in the way they describe us as rappers. You just look at somebody and say, when the first thing you think of, say, let's say Common. What do you say? Conscious rapper. How is he a conscious rapper? Then when you think of, let's say, somebody like Biggie, oh, gangster rap, or Tupac, gangster rap, LL, he's a ladies' man. Why do they always give us so many labels?
A label.
But yet when we speak our truths, we're labeled, and then the cancel culture want to cancel us. This is something I need understanding on. You know what I'm saying, big bro?
Well, that's how they maintain control.
There you go. Keeping us divided is how you maintain control of the house. Goes back all the way since slavery times. Light skin versus dark skin, house versus the field. Meanwhile, all of y'all in the same boat and ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. So
fast.
That's what I feel. I believe when you look at things, social media is basically the death of what's going on, of today's time.
Why do you say that? If you think about it,
I'll give you a quick scenario. You could see somebody out of 30 days, see them 29 days of the whole month, walk past them every day, would not speak, would not greet or say anything. But little do you know, ironically, that's the same person you on the computer with talking to, trying to get an E-date with. That's how bad this culture is.
Yeah.
We don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to effectively approach each other. Our language, our dialogue, and the dialect in which we use to communicate with each other is off. We're so combative, we're so divisive, but at the same time, we want to be who we want to be and who we think we are when we're behind a computer screen. That's how bad this culture is. It's really getting out of hand. And I just think that we need to reevaluate what we're doing. Not knocking anybody, not pointing no fingers. Let's just reevaluate what we're doing. Since we say the kids are the future. So if you look back right now, what's coming up behind us? Is this something that you're proud to say that you have broke the future?
I'm not sure if I want these kids passing the torch to my kids.
Do you understand? It goes back to that. They say, oh, hip hop, and it's funny. Hip hop is a young man's game. Okay, well, let's look at the statistics. Let's look at the money. All the people that's selling records right now in hip hop, the ones that's really selling concerts and merchandise, they all over 35. Drake,
yep.
Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z, Kanye West, J. Cole. I'm talking about the ones that sell and become a brand with this, to become influential. Not saying the younger artists ain't selling, but I'm saying somebody's gonna take serious influential-wise and create a brand where you can start to diverge and do other things. They all over 35.
The younger kids, they moving so fast, they not really looking into all of that right now.
There you go. They're not catching the grasp of what it is. This is the music business. Music is love, but business sometimes can be tricky. And if you don't have an understanding and grasp of understanding on both, you're gonna lose. And that's why so many of them get lost in the sauce, because you think it's about making a hit record. You think that you have to put on this type of jewelry. You gotta be in this, every type of, you don't have to do that. You need to be true to yourself.
I tune out where everybody sound the same. Like before you watch Video Music Box,
Roger that.
it was like 5 different types of artists that came through in that hour.
No doubt, no doubt.
But now it's like everything is the same. It's I don't know, man.
It's
I
funny
try
you
to
say
get
that,
with
big bro.
it, but
the reason why it stays the same because it goes back to like what we both just said, which is the gatekeepers. I'm gonna go to another topic when it comes to this hip hop and this culture, how they are controlling it. If you notice now, hip hop is based on what you got, allegedly. The materialism's behind what you can floss, the ability to get something, how fast you can switch up on it and move it to something so quick. Like you said, you're not even getting the grasp on what's here because you're so busy switching to the next. My point is this. When we first started, if you go back to the beginning, we were expressive, we were in somewhat ways revolutionaries. We would fight against the systemic understanding of what they was trying to do to oppress us through our music. If you go back to NWA days, they went 2 times platinum. And because what they were saying when they were saying what they were saying with, you know, fuck the police, the radio stations were told to not play their records. The record was so influential, it still went 2 times platinum and it still gravitated and took over the hood. My point is, nowadays in today's culture, all these young kids rapping about the money, but you ain't really getting no money. If you think about it, everybody that's in charge, you got Universal, you got what, Sony, and you got BMG, whatever 3 majors you got. If you were so busy, if it wasn't a lucrative thing, why is it that you have a white man or a white person in charge of those labels? Why is there a white man in charge of every label you sign to? You so busy thinking about the money, you ain't getting the money.
that was the question I had, is like, why Jay-Z, why Nas, why all of these big heads never got together to control our music?
Now this is gonna shock you. And people that know me know I've been saying this. When things like this happen, the first thing I say is the big 3 I say blame Jay-Z, blame Diddy, and blame Dr. Dre. And if they say, well, Jon Jon, what you mean when you say blame them? Okay, we understand that the gatekeeper's gonna allow 3 to be in the room of 97. But the 3 that they allowed to get into the room and make it, they are told, once I let you into this door, you are not to bring nobody else up that looks just like you. When I say blame these 3, let's go back. I'm not pointing no fingers, this is just my opinion. You could consider it like a penny with a hole in it, it's worth shit. But it's what I stand on, it's my truth. When the last time you heard a new artist from Bad Boy? When the last time you heard a new artist from Rockefeller?
Well, you're right.
When the last time you heard a new artist from Aftermath? Diddy runs New York, right? He's the king of New York. He's the king. He said he's the king of New York, Miami, and LA.
Aftermath, last thing from Aftermath was Kendrick, no?
That was 2012. And he's still doing his thing, God bless him. So my point is, and these are all billionaires. My point is, and I understand that once you become into that realm, you have to branch out because, you know, maybe they're doing other things behind the scenes to do things better for us. But my whole point is, it was originated from the music. Why should the music be effective for your future endeavors? You mean to tell me we can't chew gum and walk at the same time? Diddy runs New York. How come with all this talent in New York City, whether it's age 18 or 80, whether you rap, sing, dance, how come we don't have any new artists? If you turn Hot 97 right now, 105, tell me when's the last time you heard a New York artist? Whether he's young, older, and different.
Well, you know what? Also, that's the thing. A lot of these artists, you can't tell they New York artists because everybody's following the line.
There you go.
It's the same sound all around the board.
There you go. And that goes back to say, well, why are they doing that? The question is not, we know that they're doing it, but the bigger question is, why are they doing that? Are they being told to do that? Are you trying to follow a trend? Are you trying to keep up? Are you figuring you won't get your records played? And that's another thing, like, where is our radio station? I know they just had a new radio station that's coming out, I believe it's 94.3.
Oh yeah,
which is good. And they playing, you know, not so much old school hip hop, I don't want to fall into that, but they playing hip hop. Not just drill music, not just trap music. They playing all spectrums of the board hip hop, which is good. We need these type of things. We need radio stations so we can expose these new artists because there's a lot of talent out here that needs to be exposed, but it's just not getting opportunity.
I want to know, do the South look at us like, yo, they biting off our style? Or
absolutely. The South hates us.
You think so?
The South hates us.
They ain't fucking with us?
They ain't fucking with us. They know that. And you know why they ain't fucking with us? It's sad. It goes back to, we could get into that next minute, but it goes back to the same reason. Why would I fuck with you when you don't fuck with you? The South sit back for 20 years. They sat back and they watched when we did have it. All you niggas did was beef with each other. That's all y'all did. Very seldom did y'all come together. Very seldom did y'all come together and do something collectively, musically, to show unity, because y'all were the gatekeepers and y'all were the big brothers and big sisters of the game. We never seen that. What we did know, y'all know, what y'all did become noticed and notoriously for was beefing. So the South sat back, they sat back, took notes.
Waiting for their opportunity.
They waited for the opportunity, and they didn't exploit it. They took advantage of it. They used it to their abilities to elevate. Because what they did was they knew we can't do what New York do, which is one get on, and when that one get on, he do his best to stop everybody else getting on. How I'm gonna get on is you gonna get on the song with me, we gonna get on together. We gonna split this money together. And that's how they
Before you know it, we all flowing.
And now the South is running it, and they still running it, and they doing their thing. Because you know why? Look, many hands make light work. You know what I mean? A pinky is not as impactful as a fist. And that's how the South, that's how they did what they did. They put a plan together, and it's successful, and I salute them. Because unity is where it's at. That's the only way you're gonna make it.
So the execs, they fell in line with what they was doing.
Absolutely. They played the game how the game's supposed to be played. See, the game.
Well, you want to get on, you got to do it like them.
This is how you got to do it. You got to come together. But it's even like that in America. We are the only people that's told that independence is something that we should be, or we should stand strong with, and we should be proud of, to be independent. And I don't need nobody. Some men and females, I don't need a man, I don't need a, but yet the whole world is a gang. If you go back to the biblical times, God had Adam. If you believe that, he had Adam, then he had Eve. Because he said that man was lonely. You have man, one man. No man can do it on his own. So why is it that when it comes to us and what we do, why that we are always fed the narrative that the only way you can make it and to feel successful and feel self-achieved and approved is if you do it by yourself. We don't work together. And that's our downfall. We just got to come together.
You know what? It's not that we don't want to work together. It's difficult a lot of the time.
Roger that.
You know.
Yep. And what makes it difficult is the motives behind what people are doing.
A lot of treachery.
There's a lot of treachery. There's a lot of thievery. There's a lot of, underhanded things going on. But neither here nor there. If you get around a bunch of good people, you still got to stay focused, do what needs to be done, and just, come together and get the mission done, man. Get it done.
I see you working that pad over there, man.
Oh, yeah. See, this is the thing. You know what I mean? It's just funny because as we doing this interview, big bro, my thing is nowadays, you can't be a champion if you ain't never had no fight. You could be a champion all day, but until somebody say you fight. You can't, in my opinion, I come from, if you want to call it the old school, but I was raised by OGs and they taught me how to do this. You can't say you something if you don't do it. So it's okay, yeah, we could spit a few written verses or we could freestyle, whatever. But what I like to do, what Jon Jon and Garrison Records like to do, you can see my pen. I'm going to write something right here.
You writing something on the spot for me
I'm
there?
writing it, as we writing, I'm writing it right here on the spot.
Okay.
So, you can hear where my mind is at.
No doubt.
I'm writing it right here on the spot. And that's what I think going forward, people need to be, and I think New York, especially New York rappers, because everybody in New York, I feel, if you coming from this culture and you study the culture, your vision should translate into your pen. So I believe that shouldn't be a problem going forward. And I think this is something that you can start, big bro. And I think this is what needs to be going forward. And you can say, you started. Yes. This right here is how we're gonna set the bar. You know what I'm saying? Jon Jon, you started with Jon Jon first. We're gonna write right here and let your pen talk. Let's see what your pen like. And I wrote something and I'm pretty much finished. And if I may, I'd like to kick it for you.
Okay, you finished, so you need a
I'm
little more
almost
time
done.
then. You still go. I ain't gonna rush you.
Yes, Lord. I
don't like rushing perfection.
Nah, don't worry, because I do this shit for real, big bro. I love it. You know why? Because my heart is open like the world. You know what I'm saying? And I feel what I feel, and I believe, like Nina Simone said, we as artists have a responsibility to speak about the times. So there's so much to write about, so much to rap about.
Who's your favorite artist all time?
For me, I like Tupac. Pac is the greatest. You know why? For me, because he's the one that really inspired me to say, you know what? It's okay to feel what you feel and say what you feel. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to, express your surroundings and let the world know, because you writing and rapping about what you're going through, you don't know you're reaching so many others that didn't have the courage or didn't have the cognitive skills or the oral skills to speak their truth, but you have become a speaker for them. And then, of course, I love Biggie. But before that, I always liked Rakim, because Rakim was one of the first ones that he was so intelligent that he said rhymes and he didn't curse. KRS-One, LL Cool J taught me that, you know what I mean? You want to be a ladies' man, you want to be cool, and you got to, you know what I mean? You got to come a certain way.
What's your favorite Rakim joint?
I ain't no joke. Paid in Full, you know what I mean?
Okay.
We got a few, I like KRS One, even Tribe Called Quest, you know what I mean? God rest them, and Q-Tip, Phife Dawg and them, I respect them. But you gotta remember, I'm from, and it's funny you say that, big bro. Let me clarify something. My name is Jon Jon, and I'm from St. Albans. I hear a lot of people say, yo, the north side, the south side. Listen, man.
Division again.
Yeah, you understand? Listen, man. I'm originally from St. Albans. We never said the north side. So all that, and that's another thing. You following just because you know why? It was always understood, and everybody that's from here know what's going on. It was always understood that the south side was harder than the north side. So y'all over here in St. Albans, y'all got houses, and that's to show you the mindset of black people. You know what I mean? Because your financial situation had you where you was back in the day, you look down upon this side over here because we came from working families and it was, you understand? So let me just show you why it's always best to be yourself. So I started hearing over the last 10, 15 years where people start talking, I'm hearing, yo, I'm from the north side. So I'm saying to myself, what's the north side? I never heard of that. I'm from St. Albans, where Fats Waller used to come from. Ella Fitzgerald, James Brown, Jackie Robinson used to live here.
Yes, sir.
Count Basie.
History over
Coltrane, LL Cool J,
Run
Tribe Called
EMCEE.
Quest.
That's right.
So when you say the north side, people that's around the world don't know what the north side is. There's the north side of everywhere, geographically, but I'm from St. Albans.
Queens.
St. Albans, Queens, that's where I'm from. I don't know about this north side, so just to clear that up, I'm from St. Albans. So, you know, I just wanted to get that out there. I don't know what this north side, south side, you know, I know south side Jamaica Queen because they always said that. But that's what makes us on the north side, as they said, but I say St. Albans even look cornier because you niggas come over, now you following something. We never said that before. Why are you following? Because you know why? You want to try to appease to be something you're not. Ain't nothing wrong with coming from a household of working class people. Ain't nothing wrong with going to work, having a degree, having a job. When did that, but I said it before in one of my songs, you dudes is weird.
But they, don't get it twisted, it's just as grimy on the north side as it is on the south.
And that's my point. And see, look, and those that know what time it is. Listen, I tell my brother this all the time, man. Shout out to my brother Mike. I tell him all the time, you can let a motherfucker think and say what he wants.
Yeah.
In fact, I want you to think that it ain't no problems and everything's sweet over here. You can think whatever you want, but the day you want to come and get some education, you're gonna learn that day. That's it. Think whatever you want, say what you want. When you're ready to come to class, I promise you get educated. So, you know, that's what that is, with that being said.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm almost finished, and I'm ready to kick this. I said, and this is, as you can see, this is my pen. I just wrote this. This is my pen right here. You witnessed me writing this. I said these cowards are so lame, looking through gold frames. They quick to call the cops after shots come from that road rage. Money gone, what's your life like post-fame? Cause nowadays, snitches is giving the feds your whole name. Fentanyl is penetrating your cold veins, and you niggas in today's generation is worse than soul slaves. World where justice is silenced to let bigots win, and nigga men are rewarded and praised for being feminine. What you know about nigga the guards in jail? They more racist than admission officers of Harvard and Yale. Eat spinach, nigga. Eat kale, nigga. Love better than war. Freedom is priceless. Stay out of jail, nigga. Never ostracized. Fuck negotiations and compromise. That's like African men being told they can't have a concubine. Jon Jon, yeah, Garrison Records. I promise to make these crackers mad at my methods. I told you. So that's just, you know what I mean? That's just what we doing. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. And you know, and I just wrote that. That's just right now.
It's a little something light.
That's it. Just a little something light. Just to let you know what we do and how we do. And more importantly, it's like, for me, I could just feel what I want to say. I could pick a topic. My main thing when I go to writing songs or just whatever I want to do, my main thing is staying on topic. Staying on topic. It's good to jump back and forth, but my thing is speak your truth for the topic that you're rapping about. And that's what I've been doing. And that's what I feel like doing. And I'm always do that.
So what we got going on, man? You got some music out?
Yeah, I got
an album?
Yes, I got an EP out right now on all major platforms called Soul of a Man. You know what I mean? Jon Jon, JON-JON in case you know. You can find me on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Jon Jon, one time. You can find me on Reverb Nation, reverbnation.com/Jon Jon baby. I'm on Instagram, JonJon_GGC. Spotify is Jon Jon, Garrison Records. The Soul of a Man EP is 7 cuts, all original cuts. And it's a dope EP. It's a dope EP.
What was the inspiration for the EP?
The Insurrection, January 6th, Donald Trump, and what he's doing and what was done behind that.
What are you talking about? Trump ain't do nothing. He ain't got nothing to do with that shit,
he ain't got
man.
nothing to do with that. He just, you just what it is he had his people do what he wanted them to do. And guess what? I should tell people a lot of times, it's not that I like Trump, but I understand what he is and what he's doing. My point is this: instead of knocking Trump, I'm not saying I'm for him because I'm not for Trump. I'm letting that be known right now. But play the game. Don't be mad at Trump. You should watch and learn from him. Because if you niggas was just like Trump, your people wouldn't be where they at. Why are you mad? Because he's for his people. If you believe what he believes, whatever he believes, he's gonna fight for you. If we had the people that's in the game right now doing the same thing, we'd be all right. Prime example, what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock. I don't really want to talk about it. It's sad.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
It's sad. To me personally, Too Black, it's just sad. Because I don't believe that a real comedian to me is not one that picks people in the crowd and joke about them. Even though that's been done since the beginning of time, but I just don't believe in that type of comedy. I didn't pay to be the butt of the joke. I didn't pay for that.
I was at a show, a comedy show, and I believe it was Lavelle Crawford. He was like, oh man, not in front of the white people. He's like, y'all doing nigga shit in front of the white people. You're not supposed to do that in front of the white people.
I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Not in front of the white people. You don't do that shit right in front. You could have pulled a nigga behind the curtain and slapped the nigga. They would have known what happened. All other 5 niggas in the audience was like, oh my God.
You know what I mean? I just think that Will Smith, I just think that he's been going through a lot and nobody can, listen, it's easy to say what you won't and what you will do until you step in that man's shoes. You don't know what he was going through. I just believe me as a man, from my perspective, I believe that was a built up pent frustration from years, and Chris Rock just happened to be the recipient of that.
But I don't know, that was wrong.
That was totally wrong.
That was wrong.
Totally wrong, because there's no reason, especially when it's your night. There's no reason to throw your night away.
And now they kicked him out. He can't come back for 10 years and all kind of shit.
It's bad.
Not that he need to be sitting up in there, but
the point is, why do that? There you go. You don't put your hands on another black man like that. There was other ways. Principalities of it. You know what I mean? There was other ways that could have been handled. Even if you did want to slap the man, which I'm not even going to condone. But like I said, you never know how that man's mindset was for him to do that. How I was raised, Big John always taught me, there's a million ways to skin a cat. You didn't have to do it right there. You didn't have to do it right there. So, you know, that's that. And, you know.
But then you got people that say, oh, you know, the incident happened at that moment. He was supposed to do what he did. He's supposed to confront him at that moment.
And you know what? For those that say that, they don't understand the strategies of war and the rules of the game, because, like you said, in this business, you got puppet masters. If a person know your next move, how deadly is the move that you about to do going to be compared to what he's going to do when he retaliates? They make you do what they want you to do so they can have the backlash to what's happening now. So now that he's been banned for 10 years and we don't know.
Now they've been ripping their own rules now.
You understand? That right there is what they can use going forward as a new rule of what they're going to do. And you don't know if the lawsuit is coming. Is it worth it? You don't know. You want him to defend your honor. So for all my females, I think a man's supposed to jump like that and defend. So you're saying that you want your honor defended so bad that the man that you love is defending, he'll put himself in harm, physically, financially. You want to coach him? You want to coach him a better way, even if you wanted your honor defended right then and there? It's a double-edged sword. You got to play this game. So now if he's worth $400 million and Chris Rock's suing for $401 million, was it worth it?
What now?
Exactly. And then my point is, that's why I say the woman you have next to you can even make or break you. The whole world saw it.
But Chris Rock said he ain't talking till he get his money. So I'm wondering, is there some
There's a lawsuit coming.
Some lawsuit pending against the Academy?
Yeah, it's gonna be a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit. So now you worth 400, and like I said, if he want to sue you for 401 million, is he wrong? Now, how's he gonna defend your honor now if he lose? And you can't say he didn't do it. How you gonna fight this now? Was it worth it? My whole point is, it goes back to my main thing. There's a million ways to skin a cat. You gotta strategically put your plan together. That right there was just out of emotion, and it might cost him. I hope he'll get over it. And you know, shout out to both of them, because there's no one against each other. It's a sad situation. It's bad all around the board, and I just hope that we could get over it, man. Because it could have been any one of us. So I'm not even going to judge.
Absolutely.
It could have been any one of us.
But on the flip side, sometimes you gotta slap it.
Sometimes you gotta go where you gotta go. I understand that too. So it'll work out. I believe it'll work itself out because they're both needed for the culture.
I hope they work it out amongst themselves.
That's my thing, because they're both needed for the culture.
Fuck everybody else.
Exactly.
Man.
They're needed. They're needed. They're both leaders in their own right. And to see them divided at that time point is hurtful, but more educational and inspirational would be to see them come together. So I'm praying for that. And then we'll go from there. And keep moving, because the culture's gonna keep moving forward. It's just about where we go next. It's gonna keep moving because time waits for no man. It's just up to us.
What do you think about Will as a rapper?
You know what? That's another thing. Look, people want to talk about Will's all right. Will had Grammys before, you know what I mean? He sold records. He all right. He did what he had to do. You got it? You got it? Everything good? I'm chilling. Everything all right, big bro? Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, love. Same here. Same here. Good looking, baby. Yeah. I'll get up with you. Yes, Lord.
Get a little love out there.
Yeah, we get love, because this is my hood, and I've been to St. Albans, and my thing is when I say this is my hood, because a lot of people, this not negative. This ain't about, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers know you know what I mean? What it is you keep a good name and good character. You know what I'm saying? You show love, love will be shown. You show respect, you get respect. You know what I'm saying? And that's all Jon Jon always been about. You could put me in Antarctica, I'll make friends with the ice, because that's just how I am. That's just my character. You know what I mean? Love is better than war any day. Any day. And that's just what I live in. Those are the core values I live on, big bro.
So you mentioned before, like, some of the veteran rappers.
Right.
Let's go back in the day. I want you to tell me, we way past the statute of limitations, but
right.
I want you to tell me the first album you stole, man. Because everybody stole the motherfucking album.
You know what's the funny part? The cassette. 1980, was it 85, 86? My Adidas, Run DMC? Run DMC. Because my uncles, man, loving them, they used to have that. Remember, like I said, being from a cultural St. Albans, little did you know you had LL right there with, you know what I'm saying? So when he came out with Bad, that was the next one. My Adidas, and then LL Cool J. I don't care what nobody said, you can't front on L. Because for us, that right there was, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the first to do it on a bigger scale. So my LL Cool J, My Adidas, and I'm Bad, that was one of the first I took.
For me, it was, I think it was Heavy D.
Heavy D and the Boys?
You Can't See What I Can See.
Yes, Lord. You can't see what I can see.
The single.
Yes, Lord. Real talk. Real talk. Heavy D, definitely. Heavy D, definitely. You know who else is for me? I guess it's Midwest, which really opened my eyes to, well, Cool G rap always been dope. Cool G rap always, you know what I'm saying? But who really opened my eyes when it comes to storytelling was Scarface. I seen a man die.
Yo, Scarface is ill, man.
I don't know why people don't give Face his props.
Scarface is ill.
Face is the man. His flow is so melodic and mesmerizing at the same time. And his pen, come on, man.
Can't front on him.
You can't front on his pen. You know what I mean? I love Face. I love Scarface. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like back in the day, you turn on Video Music Box, you get some Ghetto Boys.
Yes.
You
get some Heavy
D. You get some Run DMC.
Run
some
DMC.
Shit,
yep.
Some
LL.
And everybody had their own flavor, man.
There you go. They had their own distinction about what made them who they were and what made you want to believe in them and what made you a fan of them. And that's just, when it comes to me, as far as, I try to take a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? I try to take a little bit of all the greats and incorporate my own style. But the one thing I will always stay true to myself is just being who I am. That's why, you know what I mean? No disrespect to no names, but that's why I ain't no R1 in, shot him up, banger in this. My name is Jon Jon, because that's my name. You know what I mean? My label is Garrison Records, because that's my name. If you think about it, that's my name. I don't have to be nothing else. That is my name. If you think about it, anybody that ever made it in this country, they sold you their name. Versace is his name.
Ralph
Lauren, Calvin Klein, McDonald's, Berkeley and Jensen, BJ's, Abercrombie and Fitch, Rolls Royce, Henry Rolls, Charles Royce. They sold you their name. Jordan sneakers. Anybody that ever made it in this country sold you their name. They didn't make it, and that's what I try to tell these young kids. They gotta see what the game is about. The game is not an illusion. What makes it hard for these dudes coming up in the game is that you chose to believe in the fallacy and let the fantasy take you to the next level. It swoop you right off your feet.
Everybody's caught up in the fantasy.
That's it. Be yourself. Everything that you wear is somebody's name. My label is Garrison Records, because my name is John Garrison Jr. That's it. There's no gimmick. If you want to get to know who I am, you'll follow who I am, and you're going to learn and love me for me. There's not going to be a facade. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It goes back to these females, same thing.
I like that you said that, because, you know, that's with me, like, there's no facade. I ain't out here fronting to be nobody. I'm not. I'm here, man.
Double S. And you know what? Since I know you've been that way.
That's it. Just coming through.
I know you over 30 years, and you the same dude.
Yo.
Much love, much respect.
No
Always
doubt.
real, gonna speak your mind, you know what I mean? And that's why I said it's much love to do this interview and be with you and see what you're doing and support you, because you've been the same way I know you. And you ain't changed.
John, I appreciate the
Yes,
love.
Lord.
I do, brother. I do.
And we gotta keep doing it.
Word is born.
We definitely gotta keep doing it. Yes, Lord. You made, yes, you did it. Yes, you know what I mean?